Welcome back to the channel. Today we are dealing with a fueling issue on the tractor. It's Monday now. It stopped running on Friday. I am pretty sure it's a fuel issue. It's been very cold. The weird thing is that we treated the fuel, and we haven't had issues like this in the last couple of years, especially with treating it consistently. I'm just wondering if we had either moisture in the fuel system or we didn't put enough fuel treatment in, because we haven't gotten a fuel delivery. But we're going to give it a quick crank, see if it works, and then we might swap out the fuel filter. We're going to mess around with the fuel filter and see what happens. It's thinking about it. It wants to. I'm going to try and just let the glow plugs warm up for a second. Because it's smoking, like there's fuel in the line. It has been sat in the sun all day, or all weekend. It's been sat in the same spot since Friday. But it was cold Saturday and Sunday. It was really cold last night, but it's been in the sun all day today. The metal feels warm, so I'm wondering if that might have done something. We're still below freezing, but it's been calm and sunny, so it could have fixed itself, but we may need to do some more treatment to the fuel, which I did add some Henry's, whatever not the diesel 911, but I think it's Harry's fuel additive. I threw some of that in the tank on Friday. I guess we'll see. I don't think it's going to go. But I'm not sure if it's before the filter or after the filter. So I have an idea how to test that real quick. We had a freeze up on this tractor in, I want to say, 2018, I think it was. We had a really cold snap, and the tractor was frozen. Had a tech come out, and I didn't realize it was frozen. I just thought it was a tractor had an issue, and he was saying we had gel fuel in the lines, and we've ended up putting the torpedo heater to it for probably an hour, and magically it started up again. So, life lesson learned there. No, we're just going to kill the battery. We're going to crack this right on the bottom of the filter, and then we're just going to prime it and see. Okay, so we're pulling from the tank. I don't know if you can see down in there, if we can zoom in for you, and it is pulling from the tank. Okay. All right, we'll close this up. Well, it's priming itself out now. We're just gonna crack the. We got diesel vat. Yeah, the filter's full. Well, I guess we'll try and start it and see what happens, I guess. definitely a fuel issue. It's not... We have fuel to here, and it's priming and going back up. So I wonder if we have a moisture issue on this line, or freeze up on that line. Okay. We'll move away and I'll share my thoughts. So it has been running for about 10 minutes at 1500 RPMs just to try and help run a higher volume of fuel through it, so we're not just idling it with a small amount of fuel to help clear out anything that might be left. I have a couple theories as to why it started without having to throw the torpedo, the kerosene torpedo heater underneath it. Theory one is that is it not in here? No, it's here. Cool. I was way off. How's diesel additive that I threw in the tank on Friday. Hopefully you can actually see me and the sun's not a problem. The How's fuel diesel additive that I added on Friday was in the tank and circuit, was in there at a concentrated amount, so that when I primed the fuel filter and flushed out anything that was in that line, allowed that house to come in and help clear out anything that was in the fuel line, and then it allowed the tractor to start because it was actually getting the fuel it needed, because it was not sounding that promising on Friday. It had been very cold, and it's still been very cold, but the other factor that I think went into that, which I think that is the answer, is that I primed in enough treated fuel to get rid of anything that was in the line that was causing a problem, and then forced fuel into the system to make it start. And then it also helps that it was 28 degrees today. The truck says 30 here, but it is a Chevy 2015 Chevy thermostat, and it was saying 77 degrees last week, and it was below 15. So I don't normally trust it too well, but my thermometer in the shop says 28 degrees, so it might have been 35 in the sun today, which might have been helping. Definitely helped, but very interesting. I guess I'm going to go treat the big tank with some more fuel additive. The other interesting thing is we haven't had a fuel issue with the Kubota, which also runs off of diesel, which gets its diesel from the same tank as the tractor. So, and it's gone longer without being run, which maybe we had a moisture issue in the diesel tank, in the tractor tank. I don't know. The cap seals really well. I'm not sure. So at the start of winter, I treated our on-site fuel tank with one of these, which this is supposed to treats up to 250 gallons. I know I put a full one of these, and I'm pretty sure I put a partial in. I had a partial on hand as well, and I was like, well, a little extra doesn't hurt. I think I need to go back to How's, because I did not have any issues with Houzz at any point while using that. I don't know. That or their ratio's off, because I'd have to look back, but I don't think I've gotten more than 150 gallons in that tank, and it's never full, so I'm pretty sure it's a 250 gallon tank. I'll have to try and get some info on it, but I'm pretty sure it's a 250 gallon tank. It could be a 300 gallon tank, but even still, it's never been full. And they filled it October, and I put the treatment in it November, and that was after we ran the tractor doing gravel for a good month. So we used up quite a bit of fuel. So it's possible I didn't put enough treatment in it. It's very possible. It's probably the most likely situation that happened. See, reading is fundamental, and I fell for the marketing. So you're supposed to, in temps below 30 degrees Fahrenheit, add entire contents to 250 gallons. When temperature drops below 0, or when using biodiesel blends, add entire contents, 64 ounces, to 125 gallons. So I needed to add 2 of these to our fuel tank. I'm just going to start buying Houzz and just use Houzz, because that treats up to 350 gallons. Houzz doesn't say anything about... It doesn't have a separate, marketing on the front and then treatment on the, it'll treat up to this many gallons, but then it doesn't say anything about, above this temperature, below, works down to negative 35. I don't see anything that says 2 separate temperature ranges. That just says it'll treat 320 gallons. So I think I'll just start getting Houzz in the future, and it's probably cheaper or the same price to get this versus 2 jugs of the Diesel 911. Don't trust what they say on the front. It's just marketing. Check the back and make sure they don't say 2 different temperatures, because it sold me on the 250 because it would treat what I have, pretty sure. But get the Houzz, because I know it works, and it used the whole thing on what you got. If you enjoyed this episode, check out this video over here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.